T-Man 978 Chill Review. Hello everyone! Right now I'm reviewing Marvel Legends series Spider-Man Homecoming. Spider-Man, or Wingsuit Spidey as you've heard him called, or Tech Suit Spidey as Artemis just called him. When other people are doing reviews that I know I'm about to review, I try not to watch them, but I'm a fan. I had to watch it, sorry. Here we go. There you go with that. Here's this stuff. This is the first character I have in this Build-A-Figure wave, or Build-A-Vulture wave right there. Even though Vulture comes separately, you have to build this whole backpack and wing set. There is the bio in multiple languages. I really like this Spider-Man figure. I purposely held out on that 3-pack for Civil War because that figure looked a bit off, like a lot off as far as the coloring and whatnot. This is way better. Couple of problems right out the pack. Like, here's the wings right there. Here are the web wings. Yay. Look at him. He can fly like this. Put his feet like that. Put his head up. And there you go right there. But they do not stay in well at all. Breathe on them and they just come off. They do leave a peg hole right there that is red, but I don't have the light shining directly on this thing, so yeah, you won't be able to see that. Here they are. Web detail. There you go. Other problem I have this figure, besides those web wings, this arm would not bend out of package worth crap. Like, it's fused at the top and bottom, just like Artemis' figure, but his was on the other arm. I still have not been able to get this to fully rotate. I'm noticing when I'm doing this, that peg is not rotating, so I don't know what's up. It's like the plastic is fat right there and it's not going underneath of his bicep. The way they designed the joints on this figure is different than their typical ones. I don't know. I guess I finally fixed it, or it finally got to the right point where it could bend, so I'm happy about that. But I definitely like all the black lines. I didn't like that at first. I wanted him to be as close to the original as possible, but I've come to love this black detail right there, and I definitely like it on the real movie suit. One thing I noticed about this figure and the previous Amazing Spider-Man figure, movie figure, is these figures are allowed to have way more texture and shading details than the typical Marvel Legends Spider-Man. Like, the paint is just, they didn't spare any detail as far as the paint. Like, even being able to see these tech details in the suit just like in the movie. Like, it might not be showing up in my lights, but being able to see that is just amazing. In fact, the only thing that this figure doesn't have, you know I like bootcut. I've been mentioning that a lot. But I am completely satisfied with this figure besides that, and having to fix stuff like this and the web wings. One thing I noticed different about his sculpt than other Marvel Legends figures, the hips. The hips have a wide hole in the ball joint, so you get this piece of articulation right now. I don't know whether that's going to be a new thing with figures coming out. Only bad thing about that is I typically do a thing right here where I make the legs go up higher than they normally should go, but they just pop off way easier than the typical Marvel Legend leg. But yeah, I like them. I like the sculpt. I like the way the feet look. I like the paintwork, all that. The web shooters are in the inside of his forearm right there, so if you want to get him shooting it, you might have to push his arm like that. And speaking of shooting webs, as part of his other 3 accessories I haven't shown, he has these web slinging hands right here. So as you can see, they put a lot of paint in there, and I don't know whether it's just a movie thing, but the fingers tend to be curved as far as the movie figures, but as far as the other Spider-Man, the fingers are pointed more straight out. But here is his other face. You got to see the other one. I didn't specifically talk about it, but this one seems to have a lot darker paint. It almost doesn't match with the body because it's very dark and kind of dirty looking because they have so much gray paint up in there. Your mileage will vary, of course. And here he is with those squinty eyes, which aren't completely painted perfect. You can see the white dots outside of the lines. And let's bring in this dude. That's why I had him out there. And oh, God, that looked creepy when I did that. Let me stop. But there you go with that. Articulation, the head can look up a lot. Look down a lot, of course. Rotate. Shoulders crunch back all the way, like you would want Spider-Man to be able to do. They can crunch forward with the butterfly joint. This joint goes up higher than straight out, or 90 degrees. Rotate right there. Double jointed bicep. Wrist go out. And in, and rotate, of course. Awesome ab crunch. I love it. Love it to death. Can crunch back that much. And this spider, I didn't go into it, is molded, and so that's nice right there. Leg can kick back that much. Kick forward that much. Swivel at the thigh. Double jointed knee, which is awesome. Feet kick forward a lot. Kick back a lot. Ankle pivot. Widest stance possible with both feet flat on the floor. Size comparisons next to some other Spider-Men. You have to own at least one of these. Come on. And here he is next to some other MCU characters. I forgot to mention this earlier, but I just got this from Rube the Great and him. Thank you so much. We did a trade. Thank you, Rube the Great. Before I forget, this figure actually has that hip design that I was just talking about. And as far as this figure, I really like it. I thought I would like the web wings a little bit more, but no, I don't like them because the way they're executed, they fall out way too easily. I mean, the wingspan, I'm kind of cool with, because since they're just solid pieces, you know that they're going to be limited, so I'm cool with that. But outside of that, and the arm being stuck and me having to use a hairdryer to fix it, and that actually took me way too long to fix and pushed this review way far back. So stuff like that, Hasbro, try to make sure that doesn't keep on happening. But outside of that, I'm very satisfied with him, and I love his look, and it's a good figure. If you like this video, let me know by clicking the like button. Let me know by subscribing and clicking the notification bell. Let me know by sharing and commenting. T-Man978, out of here.